Welcome to your first Premier League press conference. How does it feel?
Bit bigger, a few more people in the room, a few more cameras in the background, but yeah, like everything else, we're really happy to be here and trying to embrace whatever's coming our way.
That's something as you stay up, and how will you do that?
Well, I think for any team that gets promoted, of course, it's just an objective to stay in the league, and we respect that more than anybody, or as much as anybody. But it doesn't have to be the only objective. We don't particularly need to share, I think, what else we're aiming to do this year or this season. But what I do know is that, one, we're under no illusions how difficult it's going to be. And we'll respect that. So week in, week out, look where we're going on the weekend. You know, it's a brilliant sort of spectacle, Newcastle away, of what the Premier League is and the situation they're in as a club as well. But parallel to that, we really believe in ourselves, you know, and we really want to thrive on the opportunity. We really want to be at our best. We want to excel, and certainly going to give it our best shot.
Given all the changes there's been, draw comparisons to that?
Well, in the end, we're going to find out with all of the guys that are not just new to the club, but new to the Premier League. You know, with what the ones who were there last year and got promoted. Jesse's obviously a signing that's caught the imagination for obvious reasons. I think what's important to say with not just Jesse, but all the guys that have joined us and will continue to join us, is they wanted to come. And let them conversations, personal conversations that I've had, some which are on Zoom, some of which are face-to-face, different locations. It was very important that I got a feel that they really, you know, understood the club and they wanted to be here. And even said it in so many words as well. It's very important to me because, you know, this club deserves that. But at the same time, the players that we've brought in so far, we really wanted them as well. So if there's a mutual, you know, feeling about wanting to come, then I think that's always a good start. Jesse's a good example of that, and so are the other guys that we've brought in and will continue to bring in. And like you said, to answer your question, you know, we brought them in to do well. We brought them in to have an impact. So hopefully, you know, that's the case.
Joe Worrell, you've come from...
What was it, you know, tightly?
Well, I think for me personally, you have to accept that you are going to deal with big characters, you know, bigger names where they are coming up against it as well, or bigger clubs. And you know, I'm under no illusions that, you know, I'm now in that world, and we are now in that world as a Premier League club. And I guess Jesse's a good example. But in the end, you have to treat people as you find them, and you have to, whether it's a player or a member of staff, you have to, you know, sit down and try and build a relationship with people, and you have to have a feel about whether it's right for a player to join and whether they want to join, or a staff member, or a decision that you make. And sometimes you have to silence all the noise that can go with it and just go off or make a decision off a gut feeling of what you think is right for the football club. And with Jesse, and like I said before, every other player that's come in, the most important part for me in you know, trying to make a decision on a player coming in is the interaction I've had with the player and the feeling and that has to be mutual. Of course, we wanted Jesse to come, and you know, the club with the ownership and myself did what we could, but it was also important that during them meetings and conversations that I had with him, that he also showed that he wanted to come, and he did, and he does. So yeah, let's get going and play some games, and hopefully he can show his worth, because there's no doubt that he's a really, really good talent. He has great experience. And like I said, from the conversations I've had with him and all the other players, they want to be here and they're hungry to do well, and that's really important to me.
Okay, well, on to business then. First game.